is Detective Henricks with East Norriton Township Police Department. We're here to do story time. So my first announcement that we have is the winner of What's Your Guess? The Facebook challenge. The winner is Mr. John Silks. John guessed the correct amount of 27 badges in the bays. Please private message us your address to receive the prize. And we will begin with the book reading. Detective Henricks is going to start.
So I picked two books. The first book that I'm going to go with is The Three Little Pigs. And the second book is also kind of like The Three Little Pigs. But I think it's important that we learn that there's two sides to every story. So with that, get to the right page. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs who lived in a cozy cottage on the hill. They loved to eat all the delicious food their mother made them every day. They ate so much that it wasn't long before the three little pigs had grown so big that there was no room for them in the cozy cottage anymore. "I'm sorry," said their mother one morning, "but it's time you made your own way in the world." So, the very next day, the three little pigs left home. "Don't forget to watch out for the big bad wolf," called their mother as she waved goodbye. "He'll eat you for supper, so you'll need to build a big, fine, strong house as quickly as you can to keep him away." "Don't worry, Ma," they oinked. "We can look after ourselves." And the three little pigs trotted off down the hill, each taking a different path. It wasn't long before the first little pig met a farmer pulling a cart filled with straw. "Please, may I buy some straw to build a house?" asked the little pig. "Of course," replied the farmer, "but a straw house won't be very strong." But the little pig didn't listen. Soon he was busy stacking the bundles of straw for his new house. In no time at all, the house of straw was finished, and the little pig went inside for a nap. He had just shut his eyes when there was a knock at the door. It was the big bad wolf, and he was hungry. Little pig, let me in," growled the wolf. "No," cried the little pig, "not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," laughed the wolf, and that's just what he did. Huff, puff, and whoosh! Meanwhile, the second little pig was walking along the road when he saw a woodcutter piling up sticks. "Please, may I buy some sticks?" he asked politely. "I want to build a house." "Of course," answered the woodcutter, "but a house made of sticks will soon fall down." But the second little pig wasn't listening. He was much too busy planning his new sticker. Soon the house was finished. The little pig had just sat down to rest when there was a knock at the door. It was the big bad wolf. He was even hungrier now. Little pig, let me in," he growled. "No way, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," cried the second little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," cried the wolf. And that's exactly what he did. Huff, puff, and whoosh. Meanwhile, the third little pig had met a builder. "Please, may I buy some of your bricks to build my house?" he asked. "Of course," replied the builder. "A fine, strong house of bricks will last forever." The third little pig took the builder's advice. He would build the strongest house in the land. Finally, after a hard day's work, the house was finished. It had 4 strong walls of brick, a tiled roof, a sturdy wooden door, and a large fireplace with a chimney. The third little pig had just put a pot of turnips on the fire to boil when he saw his brothers running down the road, closely followed by the big bad wolf. "Quick!" cried the third little pig. "Hide in here!" The wolf, who was very hungry by now, banged on the sturdy door. Little tummy rumbling very loudly with hunger. "No way! Not by the hairs on our chinny-chin-chins!" cried the three little pigs. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," laughed the wolf. So he huffed, and he puffed, and puffed, and he huffed, but the brick house stood firm. The wolf was furious. He climbed up onto the roof and shouted down the chimney, "If I can't blow your house down, I'll come down the chimney and gobble you all up." The big bad wolf jumped and landed with a huge splash in the pot of turnips boiling in the fire below. "Yowie!" He leaped with a scream and ran out of the house, never to be seen again. And the three little pigs lived happily ever after in the house made of bricks. The end. Now that was one side, and that was the side of the three little pigs. This book is the true story of the three little pigs, written by the wolf. Everybody knows the story of the three little pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story, because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. If a cheeseburger were cute, folks would probably think you were big bad too. But, like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Way back in once upon a time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezing cold. I ran out of sugar. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house of straw? So of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk into somebody else's house, so I called. Little pig, are you in?" No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on while I huffed and I snuffed. And I sneezed a great sneeze. And you know what? That whole darn straw house fell down, and right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He had been at home the whole time. It seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner laying there in the straw, so I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just laying there. I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother, and he was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his house out of sticks. I rang the bell on the stick house. Nobody answered. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in?" He yelled back, "Go away, wolf. You can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin." I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed, and I snuffed, and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. When the dust cleared, there was the second little pig, dead as a doornail, wolf's honor. Now, you know food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing that there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little better, and I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He built his house of bricks. I knocked on the brick house, no answer. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that rude little porker answered? Get out of here, wolf! Don't bother me again! Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't give me even a little cup for my dear, sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig! I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on. I huffed, and I snuffed, and I sneezed once again. Then the third little pig yelled, and your old granny can sit on a pin. Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course I was trying to break down this pig's door. And the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. The rest, as they say, is history. The news reporters found out about the 2 pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. So they jazzed up the story with that whole huff and puff and blow your house down, and they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. That's the real story. I was framed. But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar? The end.
All right. So the next book I'm going to read is called Dragons Love Tacos. Hey kid, did you know that dragons love tacos? They love beef tacos and chicken tacos. They really love big, gigantic, and tiny, and little baby tacos as well. Why do dragons love tacos? Maybe it's the smell of the sizzling pan. Maybe it's the crunch of the crispy tortillas. Maybe it's a secret. Either way, if you want to make friends with dragons, tacos are key. Hey dragon, why do you guys love tacos so much? But wait, as much as dragons love tacos, they hate spicy salsa even more. They hate spicy green salsa and spicy red salsa. They hate spicy chunky salsa and spicy smooth salsa. If the salsa is spicy at all, dragons can't stand it. Why do dragons hate spicy salsa? Well, just one drop of hot sauce makes dragons' ears smoke. Just one single speck of hot pepper makes a dragon snort sparks. Spicy salsa gives dragons the tummy troubles. And when dragons get tummy troubles, oh boy. If you want to make tacos for dragons, keep all the toppings mild. Tomatoes, lettuce, and cheese, all good. These are all good toppings for tacos for dragons. Hey dragon, how do you feel about spicy taco toppings? Dragons love parties. They like costume parties and they like pool parties. They like big, gigantic parties with accordions and tiny little parties with charades. Why do dragons love parties? Maybe it's the conversation. Maybe it's the dancing. Maybe it's the comforting sound of a good friend's laughter. The only thing dragons love more than parties or tacos is taco parties. Taco parties with lots of tacos. If you want to have some dragons over for a taco party, you'll need buckets of tacos. Pant loads of tacos. The best way to judge is to get a boat and fill the boat with tacos. That's about how many tacos dragons need for a taco party. After all, dragons love tacos. Hey dragon, are you excited for the big taco party? Just remember, dragons hate spicy salsa. Before you host your taco party with dragons, get rid of all the spicy salsa. In fact, bury the spicy salsa in the backyard so the dragons can't find it. These dragons love your taco party. They love the music, they love the decorations, they especially love the tacos. Congratulations! It's a good thing you got rid of all that spicy. Wait a second. What are those little green things in the salsa? You didn't read the fine print? Dragons, listen to me. Don't eat those tacos. Those little green specks in the salsa, those are jalapeno peppers. They are super spicy. I know you love tacos, dragons, but you are not gonna love those tacos. Do not let those dragons eat those tacos. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Too late. Why would dragons help you rebuild your house? Maybe they're good Samaritans. Maybe they feel bad for wrecking it. Maybe they're just in it for the taco breaks. After all, dragons do love tacos.
Yeah, you tell me.
Okay. So the next story I'm going to read is Finding Nemo Night Games. Nemo was enjoying a perfect afternoon. He was playing tag with his octopus friend Pearl. The two friends chased each other from sponge bed to sponge bed. "Tag, you're it," Pearl giggled as she tapped Nemo on the back with one of her 8 tiny tentacles. "Bet you can't catch me." "We'll see about that," Nemo said, as Pearl jetted away, kicking up large cloud of sand. Nemo flipped his fins faster and chased Pearl past the edge of the sponge beds. He was just about to tag her when he spotted something tall and wide up ahead. "What is that?" he shouted, pointing a fin over Pearl's head. "What's what?" Pearl asked. "Come on," Nemo said. "Let's go check it out." Nemo swam toward the looming object. It seemed to wave at them in gentle current. "Well, wait for me," Pearl called out. Getting closer, Nemo let out an excited yelp. It was huge seaweed bed. The bed was a giant maze of green and red seaweed. Some spots were almost too dense to swim through, while others formed small pockets of open space. Pearl and Nemo had never seen it before. "This looks like the perfect hide-and-seek spot," Nemo said to Pearl. "Want to play?" Pearl looked around nervously. The sea had started to turn dark. "I would love to, Nemo, but I think we should head home. It's getting late, and both our dads will be wondering where we are." "Look around," Nemo realized Pearl was right. It was time to go home for the night. When Nemo got back to the sea anemone, his father was waiting. Together they had dinner, and Nemo told him all about this afternoon with Pearl and the seaweed bed. "That sounds like a neat place," Marlin told his son. "But now it's time for bed." "Oh, come on, Dad," Nemo protested. "Can't I just stay up a little bit longer?" Marlin shook his head. "Try to get some sleep, son." Nemo settled into bed and closed his eyes. He told himself a long bedtime story. He thought about boring things like math class. He even counted dolphins, but he still wasn't sleepy. Finally, Nemo got up and swam to his father. "Dad, I can't fall asleep. I've tried, but I just can't. So I was thinking." Marlin looked up at his son. "Thinking, you say?" he replied, trying not to smile. He had a pretty good idea of what his son had been thinking. "What exactly were you thinking?" he asked. "I think you and I should go to the seaweed bed now." That way you'll know it's safe and I can go there tomorrow and play with my friends. I promise. When we get back, I'll go right to bed. Please, Nemo begged. Marlin looked at his son's hopeful face. Seeing the seaweed bed for himself did seem like a good idea. All right, he said finally. Let's go take a look at this new find of yours. Yes, Nemo shouted, flipping over in excitement. Let's go. As Marlin and Nemo swam through the reef, Nemo realized he was glad to have his father with him. Everything seemed scarier in the dark. Squinting, Nemo looked for the seaweed bed, but in the dark it was nearly impossible to see anything. Son, Marlin began. You're sure the bed is out here this far? Nemo nodded. It is. I know it is. I just wish we could see a little bit better. Nemo was just about to give up when he saw a light in the distance. The speck drew closer and closer, growing brighter and brighter until it lit up the water all around. In the middle of the light was the strangest fish Nemo had ever seen. The new fish had giant lights under her eyes. Hi, I'm Nemo, Nemo stammered, amazed. Hi, the other fish said in a friendly sing-song. I'm Lumen. It's nice to meet you, Lumen, Marlin said. I'm Nemo's dad. How come we've never seen you before? Lumen fluttered around, causing her light to waver and flicker. My family and I are nocturnal, she said. We swim and play at night while everyone else is sleeping. Dad and I are being nocturnal too, Nemo said. We're looking for this big seaweed bed I found this afternoon. Do you know where it is? You bet I do, Lumen said. That's where I live. Follow me? Lumen led Nemo and Marlin to the seaweed bed. Do you want to play a game, she asked. Yeah, Nemo shouted. Can we, Dad, please? Marlin nodded. Just stay out here in the open, he said. I'm going to go have a look around. While the kids played, Marlin explored the seaweed bed to make sure it was safe. Behind him, he could hear his son counting down from 100. Don't peek, Marlin heard Lumen shout as she swam off to find a good hiding place. Marlin pushed through the maze of thick green and red strands, swimming farther and farther into the seaweed bed. Suddenly, he realized how dark and quiet it had become. He could no longer hear Nemo or see Lumen's light. Marlin spun around. He had no idea where he was. All he could see was seaweed, and he was lost. Nemo, he shouted. Nemo, where are you? But there was no answer. Flipping his fins, Marlin tried to find his way out. Just when he was beginning to think he would be stuck in the seaweed bed forever, Marlin spotted a faint light in the distance. Nemo, he called, swimming towards it. Is that you? Following the light, Marlin made his way through the seaweed. The strands grew farther apart until finally he hit the open water. There, right where he'd left them, were Nemo and Lumen. Marlin let out a sigh of relief. Dad, Nemo said excitedly. There you are. We didn't know where you'd gone. Don't you know better than to go swimming off by yourself in the dark? Marlin smiled. I guess I should have followed my own advice. Nemo gave Marlin a hug. I'm just glad we found you, Dad. Together, the two said goodnight to Lumen as they swam home. Marlin let out a big yawn. Nemo looked at his father. When we get home, I think you should go right to bed, Dad. Nemo said with a teasing look in his eye. You've had more than enough adventure for one day.
Announcement and then one more.
All right, so I have another announcement to make. There are coloring pages and a word search on the township website for kids to complete in their free time. The coloring pages are located under the Departments tab. Click on Police, and then click on StoryTime option, and you will see the coloring pages. feel free to mail these in to us to be displayed throughout our department.
So next we're going to go with one of my favorite authors, Michelle Silverstein, and the title of the book is The Giving Tree. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come, and he would gather her leaves, and make them into crowns, and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches. And eat her apples. And they would play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree very much, and the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older. And the tree was often alone. Then one day the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk, and swing from my branches, and eat apples, and play in my shade, and be happy." "I'm too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money, and you will be happy." And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away, and the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy, and she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk, swing from my branches, and be happy." "I'm too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife, and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house. But you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered, "come and play." "I'm too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." And the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy, but not really. And after a long time, the boy came back. "I'm sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone, My teeth are too weak for apples, said the boy. My branches are gone, said the tree. You cannot swing on them. I'm too old to swing on branches, said the boy. My trunk is gone, said the tree. You cannot climb. I'm too tired to climb, said the boy. I'm sorry, sighed the tree. I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I'm just an old stump. I'm sorry. I don't need very much now, said the boy. Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I'm very tired. Well, said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. While an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down. Sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was happy. The end.
So the next book we're going to do, no more? All done? All right. So that was the end of our book reading today. So continue to check the Township Facebook page for more contests. If your children have any contest game ideas, please comment below as well. Thank you.
Bye.